Hi, my name is Democles from Learn Math with Me. Today we talk about how to find the square root of a perfect square using mental math. What I mean is, all numbers that we have here in the radicals are perfect squares, and we can find the square root of them very easy. You just have to know a few results by heart. For instance, you know that the square of 0 is 0 because it's 0 times 0. The square of 1 is 1 because it's 1 times 1. The square of 2 is 4 because 2 times 2 equals 4. And so on. The square of 3 is 9. The square of 4 is 16. The square of 5 is 25. The square of 6 is 36. The square of 7 is 49. The square of 8 is 64. The square of 9 is 81. And the square of 10 is 100. If you are working with a 4-digit perfect square, you can use the method that I am going to teach you right now. And what you are going to do is, you will separate the digits like this, okay, in two parts. Because you have 4 digits, here are the first 2, and here are the last 2. For this situation here we have 12. So we think like this. We compare 12 with the numbers that we have here. For instance, 12, I can tell you that it is greater than 9 and it is less than 16, okay? So 12 is between these two perfect squares. Since 9 is the square of 3, we can tell that the tens digit of the result is 3. We always look to the smaller number on the left, okay? Since 9 is the square of 3, we know that the tens digit is 3. But how can I find the ones digit? Well, for that, you look at the ones digit of the number here. You have here 5. Notice that here, in these results, 5 only appears right here. Okay, so there is no doubt the ones digit is going to be 5, and our answer is 35. So we can say that the square root of 1225, well, that is 35. That means if you multiply 35 times 35, you will find 1225, okay? I will show you a few more examples so that you can understand better. Let me erase this. Let me erase this. And now we work with 3844. Like I told you, we separate the digits like this. We look at these first two digits here. What number do we have here? 38. And then we compare to these numbers here that you are supposed to know by heart. Well, 38 is greater than 36 and it is less than 49. So we always look at the number on the left, the smaller number. Since it is 36 and 36 is the square of 6, we know that the tens digit is going to be 6. Now we are missing the ones digit. And for that, we look at the last digit here. The last digit here is 4. Where do you see 4 here? In the ones place. You see 4 here and you see 4 here, right? So the ones digit is going to be either 2 or 8. But how do you find? Okay, that's a good question. Notice that 38 is way closer to 36 than it is to 49. So since it is closer to the smaller number, we choose here the smaller number, which is 2. So the ones digit is 2, and we can say that the square root of 3844 equals 62. I can write that down right here. What is the square root of 3844?
Square root of 3844 is 62.
If we had here a number closer to 49, then we would have chosen 8 to be the ones digit, okay? Let's work with another example. Now let's work with 7056. I already know this is a perfect square and I want to find the square root, okay? So like I was telling you, we separate the digits like this and we look at these first two digits. Here we have the number 70, Okay, let's locate it between two perfect squares from these results here. You may have noticed that 70 is greater than 64 and it is less than 81. So we look at the smaller number, which is 64. Since it is the square of 8, the tens digit is 8. Okay, so we already found the tens digit. Now we find the ones digit. For the ones digit, we look at the ones digit here. It is 6. Okay, where does it appear here? You have 6 in the ones place here and here. So the ones digit here is either 4 or 6. So how can I choose? Well, we look here. Notice that 70 is way closer to 64 than it is to 81, right? So since it is closer to the smaller number, we choose the smaller between 6 and 4. So we choose 4. So the square root is 84. You can do this, you can do all this using mental math. I'm only writing here so that I can explain it to you, okay? And it takes only a second if you know all these results here, okay? So the result here is 84. Let's check. What is the square root of 7,056?
Square root of 7,056 is 84.
That's it, we got it. Let's use this method one more time. If you are getting it, if you are understanding, give us a thumbs up, okay? Now we work with 9,409, okay? We separate the digits like this, okay? What do we have here now? 94. And how do we locate it here? Let me erase this and this and this. Okay, we are working with 94. Notice it is between 81 and 100. It is more than 81 and it is less than 100. Okay, so we look at the smaller number, which is 81. It is the square of 9, so the tens digit is 9. But we should look for the ones digit. So for the ones digit, we look at this digit here. It is 9. Where do we see 9 in the ones digit here? We see here and here. So the ones digit is either 3 or 7. Okay. Now to decide, we look at 94 again. It is closer to 100 than it is to 81. Do you agree? Yes. Since it is closer to 100, so we go for the bigger number here. We have to choose between 3 and 7. The bigger number is 7, so the result is 97. And that's it. That's our final example. Of course, I will leave you some exercise, okay, so that you can practice. And then you can leave a comment telling me if it worked or not. Let's check this final result. What is the square root of 9,409?
Square root of 9,409 is 97.
It's correct. I will leave you some exercise now. Remember, practice makes perfect. So if you want to practice this, if you want to be able to tell the square root using mental math, well, I encourage you to try to find the square root of 1,369, 1,764, the square root of 3,364, and the square root of 6,561. Okay? You can use this method here, and if you really understood, you will have no problem trying to find these square roots, because here you have perfect squares. Okay? Remember, if you want to check so you know that your answer is right, you multiply the number by itself and you should find the number that you have inside here. So if I multiply here 62 times 62, I am supposed to find 3,844 if everything was right. Okay? I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want, you can leave a smiley face, okay? If you understood everything, you can share this video with your friends. That would help us a lot. I hope you have a nice day. Bye!